A harness is basically a diagonal body position wherein I go over one shoulder and under the second armpit. When bumping the subject, I'm looking to push their hips, their center of mass, outside of the perimeter of their base of support, basically the surface area covered by their feet. If I push and wait too long, the subject will take a step, acclimatize, and adjust to the imbalance. So my goal is to step through to break that balance, jutting their hips forward, and to step back quickly with that same leg so that I don't offer support, basically a seat with that thigh. I want to make space for them to fall. The beauty of the harness is that it allows you to control the subject via the trunk, and that's a lot easier to manipulate than the arms. The most important thing when performing a harness is to teeter the person somewhat more onto one side if you can. So here you see Jordy leaning Darren over onto one foot. I can hit briskly and aggressively with my own hip, massively affect their center of balance, and not risk harming them. The second advantage of the harness is that it works with the subject's reflex to sit down rather than opposing their natural desire to not be driven on the face. When you look at so many of the traditional law enforcement takedowns, they're face-first plants or leg sweeps or aggressive throws. The harness is basically a very aggressive invitation to sit the subject down. Second to this idea of single weighting a foot or teetering the subject is the idea of steering them. And both can be done simultaneously, but very often because of the subject's movement, you'll find yourself on a corner or on a side, sometimes up on your tippy toes or about to leave the ground. So in those circumstances, we're basically seeking to walk the subject, almost like you would walk a compass on a map, from one foot to the other, essentially puppeting them and pivoting them from one foot to the other. This not only will allow you to compensate for the lack of structure in your own stance, it'll allow you to regain your balance while constantly keeping the subject single-footed or off balance in this off weighting of their stance.